everybody, long time no see. My name is Jane and I'm so happy to welcome you on our YouTube channel again. Today I'm here to tell you how to get a TEFL TESOL certificate from the UK. And the spoiler is, no, you don't have to spend much money on it and go abroad.
Oh, really?
So I will tell you how to get an original TEFL TESOL certificate in the easiest way. And I highly recommend you watching this video till the end because I have an amazing present for you. So if you are ready, let's get started. But before I tell you about course program, accreditation, and requirements to TEFL TESOL applicants, let me remind you that I'm recording this video for TEFL TESOL certification.com. Let me get this straight. There are many trainings for ESL teachers around the world. However, one of the most valuable and recognized is TEFL TESOL certification. You see, many employers around the world require TEFL TESOL certification regardless whether you have working experience or education. And probably you have a question. Okay, that's great, but do I really have to go to Great Britain to get it? And the answer is no.
No.
Fortunately, we have another option. Everything you need to do to get the original certificate from London is to enroll in an online TEFL TESOL course on TEFLTESOLcertification.com platform. If you have been thinking of working abroad for a while, probably you have already faced the long list of requirements to ESL teachers, and some of them are really complicated, especially for newcomers. However, in fact, everything boils down to having either working experience or knowledge of modern learning approaches. Okay, but what are newborn teachers supposed to do if they don't have any of it?
What?
And of course, we have an option to go to the university and to get all necessary knowledge about teaching English there. But you have to spend at least 5 years on it. And even thinking about this idea drives me up the wall.
No, God! No, God, please, no!
Thankfully, the online TEFL TESOL course makes ESL teachers' life easier because you can get the original certificate from the UK in a couple of months rather than years. So the course perfectly fits both types of teachers, the experienced and newcomers, and it requires you to have neither qualification nor education. Another good news is there isn't age limit, so everybody who speaks English fluently, having at least intermediate level or higher, can study. Probably you understand that the only requirement here is English level, because as the course is in English, it's your responsibility whether you can understand it or not. There isn't a check or interview at the very beginning. And I highly recommend you to use an online test to check your knowledge before, because if you have a result more than 48 points, you have a chance to understand everything. However, if your result is a bit lower, you just need to put more effort. That's it. As the TEFL TESOL course consists of different learning approaches such as CLIL and others, you have a chance to improve your English level and knowledge while you're studying. You can find the link to watch the short video about the platform in the video description. There are 3 options to complete TEFL TESOL course, and all of them are different in terms of duration: 120 hours, 150 hours, and 250 hours. Let's get familiar. What are you gonna learn on each course? So 120-hour course is the minimum that you need to have in order to get a job abroad and necessary knowledge about teaching English. So during 120-hour course, you will improve your teaching skills, learning teaching English grammar, correct pronunciation, making lesson plans, how to teach in state and private schools, how to teach speaking, listening, writing, and reading, how to work with kids, teens, and adults, how to teach individually and business English, CLIL approach, and English for specific purposes. Beyond the topics above, 150-hour course includes a huge section about teaching English online. And if you are ready to take 250 hours of the course, you must be ready to learn another section of teaching young learners, extra information about business English, how to make a resume, apply for a job, and have an interview. You will get a grammar guide and recommendation letter. But the most incredible merit of all of these courses is that each of them includes qualified help of employment assistant and feedback from a personal native speaker trainer.
I gotta say, I'm incredibly excited.
So if you have some academic questions while you're studying, you have a chance to get qualified help from a personal native speaker trainer within 3 or 5 workdays. And also, as soon as you complete your TEFL TESOL course, you can turn to a personal employment assistant who can help you to get a job abroad and online. As I mentioned, 120-hour course is the minimum you need to have in order to get a job abroad and prove your competence to teach English. However, the more hours of TEFL TESOL course you get, the more knowledge and qualification you have, and it's a good way to stand out from the crowd among other candidates. The certificate has information about covered topics and completed hours. The good news is you can control the speed of your learning process. You see, depending on the course you have bought, you have either 6 or 8 months to complete the TEFL TESOL course. For example, if you have 2 hours a day on studying, you can complete the course and get your certificate in a couple of weeks. However, if you have only 30 minutes a day, probably you will get your TEFL TESOL certificate in a couple of months. And also you can start with the minimum duration of TEFL TESOL course and then enroll in online additional courses when you need, such as business English, teaching young learners, and teaching English online.
That's good.
Why do we care about accreditation and what it means? First of all, accreditation stands for a high level of educational standards of the course, and TEFL TESOL certification is accredited not only by the UK government, but also by the trustworthy organization ACREN. So everybody who completes the course successfully will get a licensed digital copy of TEFL TESOL certificate, and believe me, it's more than enough to impress your potential employer and get a job abroad. However, if your employer requires the original copy of TEFL TESOL certificate, you can always order it from the UK. A delivery costs about $35. The good news is the certificate doesn't have information about online studying, and there isn't an expired date. It means you won't have to prove your competence again in a while. Once you have completed TEFL TESOL course, you become a professional ESOL teacher forever.
Like, wow.
Unfortunately, there are many scammers in education realm, so we must be careful and pay attention to details of the certificate, such as unique number of authentication, stamps, holograms, QRs and barcodes, the transcription of the course. You may check the eligibility of the certificate on such sources as. It's better to start your professional development right now because I have a gift for those who watch this video till the end. The spoiler is, it can help you to save some money. 6 steps how to enroll in online TEFL TESOL course. The first, check the video about the platform. You can find the link in the description of the video. The second, sign up on the platform. The third, get an email how to pay course. The fourth, pay by card in any currency with conversion of funds at the rate of your bank. The fifth, get a login and password to sign in. The sixth, study at any time using any gadget with internet access. Congratulations! As soon as you have done all 6 steps, you have access to the TEFL TESOL platform. And remember that it's really important to have internet access either to download materials or study online. It's enough to study at least 30 minutes a day. However, you can spend on the course as much time as you can. The course consists of different materials such as articles, videos, and tests. By the way, you have to do a test after each module, but don't be afraid. You have 3 attempts to succeed. And also, it's really hard to fail it, especially if you really studied. The minimum score is 60, so if you aren't confident in your knowledge, it's better to revise the module again. Having final exam, you have to prepare from 1 to 3 lesson plans depending on your course. Please don't be afraid because you also have 2 attempts to succeed and feedback from your personal native speaker trainer to make your lessons better. And as soon as you have succeeded all tests and the exam, you may find a digital copy of your certificate on the platform. You may find your final grade on the certificate, which is an average score of all tests and the exam. It's so good that it's hard to believe, but all certificate holders have a lifetime support from employment assistant, and you can find an appropriate ESL position in more than 50 countries around the world. Having TEFL TESOL certificate, you may work in such countries as Japan, China, Korea, Taiwan, Indonesia, Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, and some countries in Europe. Such places offer licensed ESL teachers a wonderful opportunity not only to get international practice, but also to get paid housing, flight reimbursement, and other perks. But if you want to stay home, you have a chance to get an online teaching position within a wage about $20 an hour. As you see, there are no limitations for ESL teachers with TEFL TESOL certificate. And as I promised, I'm ready to give you my gift. Using the promo code BEST5, you get $5 cashback purchasing any TEFL TESOL course on our platform, TEFLTESOLcertification.com. Use the link in the video description, sign up, and use the promo code BEST5 to get your promised gift. I hope now you understand that TEFL TESOL certification is a necessity for every English teacher around the world. By the way, let me know in the comments below whether you have already got TEFL TESOL certification or not. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you the next time. Have a good day.